Alright, welcome to the Nutty Terrarium's Age of Empires 2 HD tournament, hosted by Glowy. Today we have Stupid Marine in the orange, playing as the Franks, facing off against Rone, the yellow Chinese. Alright, Chinese off to a great start. He's found his sheep. This is important as the Chinese, because you start with no food, which means you cannot create more villages. You really need that food income ASAP, or you're not dead in the water, but you're definitely probably behind. Now the Franks starts with the regular 3 villages as opposed to the Chinese 6, but they start with food, so finding those sheep is less important. This is an interesting map. Anyway, so Chinese are an archer civ, whereas the Franks are a cavalry civ. So I imagine that the Franks, that Stupid Marine, Vanguardian, is going to want to hit cavalry and knights pretty quick. Chinese, on the other hand, probably one of my favourite civs, pretty versatile. They're going to have a harder time if they go archers. Ooh, here we go. Steal some sheep. Do it. Do it. Move those sheep away, Marine. You know you want to. Yes. Look at this. Bam, sheep stealing. Oh, garrison. Garrison your town centre. Do it. Ooh, could have got some shots on and try to kill that scout. Here we go. Got some BM. Oh, wow. Paid for it with his scout's life, though. I'll admit I was impressed. Oh no, that was not what Rome wanted to do, I'm sure. Still, though, even trade. Well, not really. Probably a little bit in favour of Rone here, the yellow. So the sheep's worth about 100 food, but it decays. The scout worth 100 food from the stables. Also, it's denied Stupid Marine any sort of scouting. He's now going to struggle to find his sheep because he's got nothing to go. Well, without losing a villager and incurring downtime there, he's got no way to collect his sheep. Man, I'm impressed. This is an aggressive start. Although it did do a lot of damage in that he's down 2 sheep, 3 sheep or so, which really does hit the Chinese hard because they start with no food. Yeah, 3 villages, less wood, less food. Let's have a look at the Franks. Ah, yes, knights, 20% hit points. Very cool. So this is actually the first match where, in this series, where we are not playing on the most advanced data set, I believe. We'll be playing at regular Age of Conquerors, Age of Kings. So some of the stats are a little bit different. The bonuses are a little bit different. I was confused earlier because the... Ooh, not bad. Because the scout HP was the same. Normally the Franks have the stronger scout, an extra 20%, because that Frankish bonus to knights also extends to all cavalry instead, and they get it from the start. So it's a free bloodlines. Alright, so let's actually look at the bases now that this intense action has calmed down. So in the north, Rone has a pretty respectable base. So there's a small hill at the front, but that shouldn't be an issue. Wall up the side here. Got stone in the back, gold in the back. Main gold, not quite to the back, but definitely wallable to keep it safe. I'd be pretty happy with that. Stupid Marine, however, seems to have gotten the short end of a stick. So he's got, well, for one, he's at the bottom of a hill, like he's in a crater. So what that means is that anything attacking his base or like invading him, there's a fair chance that they'll have the high ground because they'll be coming in from the outside. This kind of really sucks. So main gold in the back, I want to say 2, 4, 6, 7 tiles. Can't quite count that. Difficult because it's right up against the edge of the map, so you're not going to get full saturation on it. Also weird display bug in that, not bug, but problem in that because it's right up against the edge of the map. The gold tile's placed on top of the angle so it doesn't look flush. Anyway, second gold here in the back as well. Whoop. Along with his stones and tertiary gold. So really important that he maintains control of this hill, because if he loses this hill at the top, then it's really easy to just come in and zone him off 4 of his resources. Alright, we have an outpost. Providing not a lot of line of sight in the Dark Age, but better than nothing, I guess. Well, I'm not really sure what you could be expecting to be attacked with quite this early in the game. We've got lumber, we've got food, we've got a little bit of gold. I'm hoping that's no, that's their second trip. Cool. Drop a mining camp here, because otherwise that's a lot of distance. Very slow. Oh no, let everyone look away. Lots of food from the Franks here. Very good. Lots of wood. He's got everything he needs. Man with a dream. That's all he needs. Also 5 relics on the map. Very close to Vanguardian's base, that one. And then one way out left field. Right field. Sorry, terrible joke. I'd like to see Marine collect those sheep and harvest that boar. So he hasn't seen the sheep, but he has seen the boar. I'd like a bunch of those villagers to kill that boar, or even just one to shoot the boar and lure it in. Because that is essentially 680, 880 food sitting there. This hill. It's going to make building difficult. Everything's going to be, because it's on a hill, you can't build your really big buildings, so you can't build a castle, you can't build a university, you can't build a town centre. Anything that is 4x4, you can't place on a hill. 3x3 you can, like the barracks and the mill, but 4, no can do. Rone's going to be running out of food here very soon. He's going to have to go out and hunt down that boar on the left, or some of these deer very soon. Alternatively, transition hard into farming. You just can't see those deer. Is it? Yikes. No, it's not. It's fine. Quick, get those villagers back to work, boy. Okay, so by the sounds of it, they weren't in a Discord call. Alright, looks like Stupid Maria's going to go for an attack. He's got some militia ready. Only 2. You're going to want 2 more or so if you want to do an attack. Although, when he hits feudal, if he goes straight into men-at-arms, that could still be quite potent. Oh no. Rone is definitely out of food. He's got some villagers going for farms and everyone else straight onto wood. because he knows he needs it pretty desperately now. And this is why scouting is important, guys. It's literally one tile off, one tile diagonally off where you can see. So if you can avoid it, you should try and not lose your scout. These guys as well, very close. Although when he hits feudal age, I think his line of sight will increase as well. We'll find out in a second. More militia coming out. I'm hoping we'll see some men-at-arms action coming out. I'd cancel that last one, the second one, and start walking them over. And then now that this one's made, straight into men-at-arms now. Alright. I did not get that one. Oh, here we go. The outpost can now see those sheep. Hopefully he picks those up in a moment. So both players are in feudal, and we're seeing Stupid Marine play. Oh, there we go. Playing a little bit aggressive. He's already done some sheep sniping. He's got a sizable army for Dark Age, Feudal Age. I'd really like to see men-at-arms and start an attack. Here we go. I'd also like to see these villages spread out to a second wood line over here, because if those men-at-arms arrive and just sit here, you've just zoned out everyone from wood. Rone has a lot of wood. No, Marine has a lot of wood. I'd like to see just heap more farms made, take out 3 or 4 villages from here, dump them on that, maybe one onto gold if you want, just so you got a decent income. Oh, do it. Snipe your sheep. Snipe your sheep. You know you want to. Avenge your fallen sheep. Avenge the fallen. Seems both players have been fairly passive now. Got a defensive militia army wandering the hills. Alright, let's see if oh, here we go. The grad escape. Probably going to have to escort those out, because they may well get retaken. I like the idea of a spearman. Just when you want to move that down here or somewhere where you need some defense, and that will really zone away any and all cavalry. Solid. Archery and blacksmith. Solid choice. You could transition into archers to deal with those militia, in addition to picking up an additional range or so. Excuse me. Those sheep look to be home free. There we go. Second lumber camp. Good. Blacksmith's done. Both players have opted for blacksmiths. Ooh. Vanguardian looking pretty aggressive. He's got blacksmith and stables and archery. Alright, wonder what he's got planned. I'd like to see both players start heading towards castle now. They're both been pretty passive. Normally a good indication that they're going to go late game rather than early game. Rone starting to stack some units in preparation for any sort of shenanigans that Stupid Marine may bring. Housed though. Bum bow. Look away, nobody saw it. Good walling, very good walling. So you don't have to use walls to wall, you can just do a wall of houses, a wall of literally any building. replacement scout that's being produced. So my scouting is important, guys. There's free food sitting there. Oh well. So Rone hasn't seen a lot of Marine's base. Seen a bit of eco, but hasn't found the archery, the stables, the barracks, the outpost. I don't think he saw the militia army even. Unfortunate. Has seen though that there's gold and stone and a solid amount of farms. Marine, on the other hand, has seen even less of Rone's base since he lost his scout in the early game. Here we go. Look at this. You can see the high ground effects being used there. Less damage taken than if he was on even footing, so to speak. Don't know what these sheep are doing. They must have gone the roundabout ways. Alright. I think we're going on to the war footing. I do think I favour Rone's army. Sorry, Marine's army. Those spearmen will melt that horse. He's simply got more militia and double scouts to jump on those archers. Now, assuming this is spotted. Oh no. Here we go. Here we go, it's about to happen. Men-at-arms, good time in attack. Please don't fight under the tower. You're going to want to, but please do not. Interesting walling choice. Here we go. What are the reactions? Keep walking. Oh no, that scout's very dead. Oop, it's changed target. He's coming back. No, he's not. Alright, back out. Good choice. Go around the tower. Now, ideally you'd have that scout not being marched with the whole army, so you could have that scout go ahead and check out where you should attack. So it might be tempting just to come in this way, which is probably how I would have done it. And then I would have run straight headfirst into the awaiting pikes, cav and militia. So good choice going around this way. Now Marine's aware of this. He manoeuvred that scout a little bit. So we'll see what he's... Oh, no, he was only going away. Dang. Well, we'll see what Marine does in preparation for that army's arrival. Similar looking resources. Marine's sitting on a lot more wood. He could drop down heap more buildings. Heap more farms. I'd like to see him do some of that. Maybe 2 stables, just so you can really make your cavalry. Very cool. Yeah, good. Queued up some skirms, drop down an extra barracks. Now it's probably worth getting the men-at-arms upgrade because you have got a number of these militia. I saw that. You guys see that moonwalking? Yep. Marine definitely has the larger army now, quite comfortably. I think Rone's starting to save for Castle Age though. He's got heaps of stone. I'd like to see him either reassign these villages for now, would be good. or drop some towers. Only real reason you want so much stone at the moment. Alright, we're on the move again. Maybe another lumber camp over here would help. Solid house wall. Ooh, I don't think he's got a glimpse of that. Ooh, yes. Just drop your army down here before you attack. Oh no. Attack's begun. Oh, oh no, kill him, kill him, kill him, he's half. He's literally half. Well, a little under, but whatever. Yes, beautiful. Alright, keep moving. Oh boy, this army is very much dead. Town centre fires, the surround, the high ground partially. Not looking good for yellow. Absolute massacre. But the aggressive play is definitely appreciated. Beautiful. And well done with Marine garrisoning that extra town centre fire. Huge amount of DPS. 6 damage an arrow. Pretty impressive. Marine, you could definitely be going to castle now. I would definitely recommend it. Rone, same goes to you, friend. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, so here are those towers I was hoping to see earlier. One villager to build all 3? Alright. Very cool. Another stable. I like it. Do we get another archer ranged? Go 2-2-2. Oh, that's so many towers. 2, 3, 4, 5. Really? 6. Oh man. Such a waste of stone. I mean, it's not, but it is. Alright. So I'd like to see this army spread a little bit. So we've got this side wall off, that's quite comfortable. We've got here that's mostly closed, they can get through, but they're going to take a lot of punishment. Here, you've already just seen that they can get in across here. I'd like to see maybe a scout moved over on the hill, some archers down by the wood line, a couple of those pikes at each of the like far out places in the base. Probably there. Just to like zone away and give you a presence should they try and do a run by to run past and kill shit. Very cool. One idle. What a sin. Alright, so Rone's about to hit Castle Age, as is Stupid Marine. I like it. Marine will be up by a fraction earlier though. There we go. Can't tell if that's a tile that's open or not. I think it is. Alright, so what are these players going to do with their newfound technologies? See, now if we had not built quite so many towers, heck, even if you just cancel one of these ones, you'll be able to build... No, you still can now anyway. I'd like to see a castle go down. That would give you real big defensive building, let you train Chugunus, which are definitely my favourite unit in this game. And it'll put you in a good spot to go straight to Imperial, where you can then make trebuchets. Anyway, what are we going to see Marine do? Queue up some villagers, queue up some scouts, light cav, good. You're better off making knights though, to be honest. You have to have gold, which you do not have at all. At all. I would definitely prioritise gold now. Interesting place, but why not? Why not? Pick up that old relic. I'd like to see another lumber camp go down there. Heap of those villagers on gold. Heck, a little bit of stone, and you could build some more town centres and really pump out those villages. Alright, crisis averted, everyone. Play. Very cool. Also another mining camp, because that's a lot of downtime going to and fro. Ring of defensive towers. I mean, kind of cool, kind of effective, but not really. Town centre, yeah, sneaky town centre. I like it. We're going to see the same thing over here. I think we could. Well, if it's not careful, that wolf would definitely murder that woman. Alright, what are we seeing from Marine? One relic. First relic collection of the series, I'm pretty sure. Very exciting. Where are you planning to build this? Why here? I don't... What's the logic? Because this is very close to his base, and very likely to get scouted sooner rather than later. Goodness gracious. Yay, first relic. Castle. Alright. Alright, well, we're seeing a castle. That's something, I guess. Yep. There you go. Like I said, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Don't finish that town centre. Yeah. Yeah. Castle over here I'm not super fond of, but it'll be... I mean, it'll definitely secure this base. This one, destined to fail. I wouldn't even delete it, I'll just let it get attacked. You're going to get so few resources back by cancelling it, because it's so far to completion. Not worth. Yeah, there we go, mining camp. That barracks is definitely over full. Over capacity. There we go, 14 spearmen. Please make those pikemen. And 8 archers. Pikemen coming up. Alright. Nice. You can reassign that rally point. Definitely worth picking up a university, getting ballistics, getting thumb ring from the archery range. Good choice with spearmen. I'd upgrade those all into pikes and have them stationed here. I'd finish walling that up if I could, because those cavalry are going to melt to that many pikemen. Ooh, could we see throwing axemen from Stupid Marine? Now that would be a novel play. Very novel indeed. Another watchtower. You guys are fond of watchtowers, huh? Second relic coming in. Very cool. Rone's in a decent spot to go Imperial, to be honest. How about Marine? Not so. Who do I favour? I don't know. They're both on pretty equal footing. If Rone were to commit to Imperial Age, then I reckon I'd probably favour him, because he could upgrade those to Halberdiers, I'm 90% sure. Yes, he could. And that would put him in a really good spot to liquidate a lot of this cavalry. How about upgrades? Look, a little bit from each player. I'd like to see both upgrades, both players focus upgrades a little bit more. That could definitely make their units not just powerful, but super powerful. Especially those knights. Where are they? 120 HP, very strong. Ooh. Both players are so passive right now. Rone, hit Imperial. Spend that money you've got. Imperial and Blacksmith upgrades. Let's do it. Requeue those villages. The farm here, use at the mill, you can actually requeue farms there. And that'll make them reseed when they're done. So you don't have idles like this. They'll go straight on to going again. Castle at the front. Solid zoning. Again, it'll delay any sort of push, but doesn't protect a lot. I'd like to see those deleted. Castle maybe here would kind of look good, would help be part of that wall and zone out a lot of that eco, protect it. Are we seeing a relic picked up somewhere? I thought we did. Interesting. So Rone is coming into Imperial. How about Stupid Marine? What are you doing? What are you planning? I like he's got his army on two spots, right? So he's got one here ready to go, one here ready to go. And these are the only two real ways into his base at this stage. Now, what do I want to see from Rone? I suppose some trebuchets and just more units would be good. Both players have a similar sized population, but once you hit Imperial, I'd like to see just stuff made. Although that will get tricky because when you hit Imperial, you always want to get techs, and that's expensive. Let's see. Another town centre, good. Oop, I saw something. Oh no. That is a dead Malik. Malik? Monk with a relic. There's a lot of knights coming out here. Enjoying this build up towards an inevitable clash of these two titanic forces. Alright, we have a treb. Just one. I'd really like Rone to put down a few more production facilities. So another archery, another barracks, just so we can start pumping out units. Because when anyone engages an army like this, it becomes difficult to fall back and regroup beyond like giving up everything or anywhere that is currently contested or that you've gained. Second castle. I'd like to have seen that one here, or the next one here, or here, because this area is very valuable. It's all your stone, it's all your gold, it's the lifeblood of your army, of your ability to produce an army. Although, to be fair, there's gold here too. Certainly not as much as here though. More gold mining coming in. Idle stone. I'd like to see those just get put straight onto gold there behind them. Drop another camp, another mining camp, and go from there. Very cool. And we are seeing some Chukunus, which are very cool. Can I find a crossbow? I cannot. So the difference between the Chukunu and the crossbow is that the crossbow will generally have one more base range, so it'll be 5 plus whatever, versus the Chukunu, which is 4 plus whatever. The other key difference is the Chukunu shoots multiple bolts, so they'll hit for 4 or 5 arrows a hit, a round or whatever. So the first one will do full damage that's listed here, so the first one will do 9 pierce damage, and then the rest of the arrows that it shoots will do 1 damage each. So that's important when it comes to dealing with armoured units, in that for this unit, if it were to shoot at itself for another one of its type, it would do 9 damage on the first one, minus 2, so 7, and then the other 3 bolts would all be still doing full 1 damage. The minimum damage is 1. So if it were an archer, it would be hitting for 7, and that's it. Versus the Chukunu will hit for 7 plus 3 by 1, so hit for 10. Alright, so Stupid Marine just found that there's a castle there, and probably doesn't want to engage straight into it. Good call. Just missed this gold though. Otherwise they would have been straight up ruined that man's career. Right, what are we going to see from Super Marine now that he's Imperial? I'd like to see some Trebs. It's always good to go straight into Trebs because Trebs are the best siege unit in game. I'd also like to see Paladin Cavalier from the stables. Being the Franks, definitely strongest unit. Basically the strongest unit in game, to be honest. The Frankish Paladin is quite the powerhouse. Do it. Farms everywhere. Do it. Make this the farming valley. We're playing Farmville now, boys. Get excited. Yes, beautiful. 140 population for Stupid Marine. 160 for Rone. Such a passive game. Alright, I like this idea with the petards. This could be fun. Who do I favour? I don't know. They're both on pretty even footing. I think maybe I favour the Franks a little bit more, to be honest. Rone has army, but it's all still squirreled away in buildings and spread across the map. If Marine were to start scouting this out, scouting that out, all he'd have to do is bring in a Treb, clean that up. Although he's got counter Trebs, right? Rone can use his Trebs to Treb down Marine's Trebs. So it's an interesting dynamic. Also, move that Treb back here. Come on, don't leave it out exposed. You're asking for someone to run by it and murder it. Yeah, nice. Cavaliers have 140 HP versus the Frankish 144. Very cool. Like to see Paladins for Stupid Marine would be really good. Although very expensive, but definitely within his budget. He could get there. Please don't attack until you've got Paladins. Whatever you do. Very passive game. I think Rone's a little bit ahead economically. He's cleaned up some patches and he's out in the map taking resources there. And Marine's been a little bit reluctant to mine his own gold. He's only had 4 gold miners. Not a lot. And that will probably be his downfall, in that the units he does have are largely composed... so his army is largely composed of trash. So pikemen and skirmishers. These men-at-arms, well, sure they're decent units, but they're a little bit outgunned at the moment, right? If he were to bring those up to champions or long swordsmen, they'd be a little bit better. But again, that'll cost gold that he doesn't have. He doesn't seem to want to mine. I'd really like to see just a bunch of those villages onto that gold mine. Or this one or that one, just some on each. Multiple sources of income, etc. But three relics, very cool. Versus Rone's 2. There we go. So the Treb seems to be the distraction for the real threat. Oh, watch this. Very cool. Take down the house, take down some towers. You know you want to. Yeah. So, you kind of really want to use archers to kill these halberdiers, which would have greater range than the Chukunus, so that's fine. But if you want to be a little bit novel, you can make throwing axemen from the castle. I think that'd be kind of cool. You know you want to. You know you want to. Both players are reeling from that attack. There we go. See, look, Paladins. 192 HP. So strong. Pick up some of those armor upgrades at the blacksmith, and you're in for a really great time. Ooh, coming for the stone. Must be in the tree there. Ah, that is. Behind the reeds. Both players just quietly trying to mass population. Rone's finally hit pop cap. It'd be a really good time to push now. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So his Arbalists have 5 base range versus the Chukunus have 4. So that's the trade-off. Multiple attacks from the Chukunus versus the extra range for the crossbow / Arbalist. Alright, you really need to bring more. If you're going to do this, those are going to die really quickly. Very quickly. Here we go, pikes are moving out. I'd like to see some of these buildings just set the rally point out here and then just ungarrison, just shoof, send everything out. Probably need to delete that because those units are bugged. They're stuck inside. Feels bad. Go team, go. So, Rone really needs to hit sort of here to destroy production facilities. Stupid Marine has placed everything sort of in the back right hand side of his base. So coming in from the left is not a good idea. Well, not going to be super great. Look at that parabolic arc, that is funny. Also, snipe the villager please. Oh no. Alright, what sort of reaction are we going to see? Pikes are coming out. Skirmishes are coming out. Trebs are unsetting. Oh no. Please everyone shoot the things. Here we go. The armies are mobilizing. They are out of here. Yeah, so those Trebs are probably dead. Those Paladins are so strong. Send the Paladins in, man. Don't let it kill the castle. Ah. Alright, that's fine. Select. Fire, fire, fire. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. So generally skirmishes are a good answer to fight archers or Chukunus. But Chukunus, because of their multiple bolts, the skirmisher armor doesn't really matter. Yeah, you can see those pikes, those halberdiers are tearing up the paladins. Although Rone's got a fresh army of new ones. That tower getting a lot of free damage, but dead now. Alright, so I don't know what these cavaliers are trying to do. There we go, two-handed swordsman. Yeah, they're going to be really good against these halberdiers. But again, population lead began with Rone ahead and looks to be finishing with Rone ahead. Some fancy villages. What are we going to see? Oh yes, castle. Let's do it. And a repair. Look at that. Efficient. Waste not, want not. Production's still going. So what I like to do at times like this is to select all my military buildings, put them on a hotkey, and then rally them over here. So the moment the unit's made, they start trickling in down here. Yeah, keep backing up. Very cool. Some good control being exercised here by both players. But again, Rone, no, Stupid Marine just isn't spending or mining any gold. He's spending some, yeah, sure. But he's just not mining enough to sustain any real production. Alright, Trebs forward, take down that tower. What are these idols? Bang, onto the gold. Shots fired. Oh, cool. Snipe the villagers, you know you want to. What is Stupid Marine going to do about this? What can he do? Not a lot without his own trebs. He had one earlier, but it died taking down that castle. It served as the distraction. Unfortunate, because he could really use it now to kill those trebuchets. Now I don't think either player gets bombard cannons. Bombards, no, the French do. The Franks. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about with this hill, right? So now that this hill has been kind of taken over by Rone, Marine's going to struggle to hold on to this area. Less important now because he's mined some of it, but means he's going to lose access to that gold, whatever remains of that stone, the wood line. It's just going to be an uphill battle. In reality though, he needs to move a heap of villagers onto this stone, this gold here. I like the addition of the mangonels, they could be really good. If you can try and get some shots into those arbalests and shugunus. I'd like to see some siege coming out of these two workshops we built. Although, when you've got enough trebs, it's not like you need siege for the sake of siege. Yeah, so rams are normally really great against castles or archers, but because there's so many in general, but also because of that many chokonus. Come on, HD, don't do this to me. Oh, that's why. But because of the chokonus, because they do a minimum of 4, which is 4 times as much as archers are intended to do against rams, they just melt. Also, apparently I was dead wrong, there's only 3 chokonus. There's just a lot of archers. Another battle has erupted. I'd like to see those mangonels hitting deep into their lines or taking out the siege. Crucial moment. And while this is all going on, Rone's still producing more units. Bit idle there, but that's fine. And Stupid Marine doing what he can. One treb up top. Rone has clearly come out ahead of that engagement. Have upgrades come in? Yes, they probably played a major role. So we've got +2 and +3. Can't find one of the Marine's cavalry now to compare. Yeah, look at those trebs. Just tearing everything down. I'd like to see a couple of these just come in and clean that back up. And the GG is called. Well played indeed to both our competitors. There we go. Very cool. Very cool. Let's have a look at that timeline. Rome with an impressive military lead there, impressive eco lead, and a minor tech lead. Yeah, look at that kill to loss ratio. Feels bad, man. 2 razings, a couple of lost buildings. Similar sized army, right? But again, because Stupid Marine wasn't mining a huge amount of gold, a lot of that was trash, so it counts as 1, but in terms of performance, isn't all that up there. Yeah, Stupid Marine heaps more wood, because more trash, more buildings. Again, look at that gold discrepancy there. Huge. 7,000 more. Again, similar tech times for both of those. Not terrible. Same research percent. Fun facts. Yeah, and you can see that Rally Gold pours it in. And Stupid Marine collected them considerably earlier. Villager lead, about 50% more for Rone, leads to literally just more army, more tech, more everything. There you can see. First fight drops off. Yellow sort of consistent. There's a drop round here just before Castle Age. That's that feudal engagement. But this one here is that first hill and then that last battle there. GG, thank you both for playing. Best of luck to Rone in his next match.